This is the Finlandia Report. We're here with women's soccer head coach Jordan Andrews. Well, Coach, this has been an unbelievable season. I know that's the cliche sports saying, but looking back, individually you broke every game, season, and career offensive record. We set the school record for wins with 11 shutouts. We broke a whole bunch of other career records and season records. Take that into context with the fact that we had 24 wins and 15 previous seasons. I think that statement is viable and actually might be an understatement. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it was an incredible season. Obviously, breaking all those records were definitely exceeded my expectations for my first year as head coach. But the girls really put in the work. We brought in some talented girls as well. So the whole group came together, rallied around each other, and that was the reason for our success this year. They really bought into the process and had the underdog mentality. They knew about the history of the program, and they deserved every award that they got, and it was just incredible to be a part of it.
And I think we have to mention that we were the most improved team in the country this year, a plus 8.5, almost a game better when we went 1 win and 11 losses and a tie the year before. So that definitely lends credence to the fact that we really had an unbelievable season.
Yeah, I think that happens when you bring in a lot of high character student athletes as well. They were good on the field, but they also, put in the work and were good teammates to each other, and that had a very high character and really just bought into the whole process of the program and what was moving forward. So yeah, it was just it's unbelievable, and I'm still reliving the memories in my head as we go through this holiday season. So.
Well, Coach, we had numerous accolades, and this video would run like 3 hours if we talked about every single one. The big ones to mention, of course, Kirsten Leyes-Bronze was all-region third team, the first male or female soccer player in school history to do that. Haley Makala was academic all-district first team. She's the first athlete in any sport in school history to hit that. All conference honorees. Seemed like we were winning player of the week every week, and we had 3 kids that made all academic. Let's talk a little bit about some of the Pacific honorees and the seasons that they had.
Yeah, the first one is definitely Kirsten. She lit up the stat book with being able to finish a lot of goals and actually led the country in assists. I think that's more important to note than the goals. So she was putting her teammates in great positions to succeed, and I think that's just her personality, being a team captain and being on the leadership team.
And particularly mentioning that, how often do you see a player who has 23 goals with 21 assists?
Yeah, you don't, especially at her position. She was a forward, and then I would move her around in the game to kind of manage the game in certain areas. I'd drop her back in a defensive role if it was a close game and we're trying to preserve the win. But she's just the first one to say, "Yeah, I'll play wherever, coach." So yeah, she's very unselfish. She put away her goals when she needed to and just did everything in her power to make this a successful season. So yeah, she deserves every award that she got for sure. Came in shape. Did extra work after practice, phenomenal. So yeah, definitely wanted to mention her first. Haley Makala, has been with the program for quite some time now. Came in, didn't know how to play soccer really, didn't want to play goalie, put her in the goal, and in those beginning years, she had a lot of action. So I think that also helped her this year because she had less action, but from those previous years, having all that action really was able to kind of refine her skills, and she saw a lot of shots. And when you see less shots this year, she's ready for those shots because of the previous years.
I saw her directing more this year than she was in the first 2 years. Now she had the chance or there weren't many shots. She was telling where her defenders needed to be and to get in position on goal keep. So I think that is, she learned a new part of the goalie game.
Exactly. I think coming from those years where it was just saving as many shots as possible to try to keep the team in the game. This year, it turned into a more leadership role and more of organizing the defense. And my assistant Tyler Little did a tremendous job with her, working with her on different things. So I thought her angles were a lot better. she didn't have as many saves because we had a better defense, but she had more shutouts. So, there were a lot of games where she needed to make big saves, and she really did. So, she did a tremendous job, and obviously in the classroom she does a tremendous job always because, she earned that. She earned so many awards in the academic field and carries a really, really high GPA. So that's her being a senior. That really bodes well for all these freshmen as someone to look up to and someone to really, strive to be someone like her that performs well in the classroom and on the field. And then, just, name off a few more. Zulicki White, she didn't earn an all-conference award winner, but some of the work she did in the middle to win balls, and as a captain of the team, has been with the program for a while. She's just tremendous on and off the field. Deja Knowles was leading the back. Doesn't have the stats, obviously, because defenders don't really have the stats, but she was one of the better players we probably even faced. She would start probably on a lot of different teams in the country, so she's
and with her
very
and Molly
athletic.
Berg, you had a pretty good pair of tenacious defender. Okay, pit bulls, we could say. They play extremely hard and tough out there, so that had to be a good balance because you got Deja on one side and you got Molly on the other.
Yeah, Deja's more athletic, been around the game a lot more than Molly. So like Deja has the skills, knows the positioning a little bit better, but Molly's the bulldog. Like was winning balls, was slowing play down, and that really helped Deja because it was a different soccer defender. But
Yeah.
Molly's just a bulldog and gets in the way and frustrates defenders. So Deja was able to clean stuff up in behind her, and it was just the perfect partnership to go along with all the back four. I mean, the back four did a tremendous job. We didn't give up a goal to a Division III opponent until like halfway through the year. So they did a really, really good job.
And it really was an interesting season where you always say, oh, everybody contributed. But actually this year, every single player on the team, no matter what their playing time was, every single player contributed, whether it was in the games or in practice or in the classroom. So that had to be, a good feeling for you to get everybody involved.
Yeah, exactly. And I also, trying to build this program up, it was important for me to play a lot of different players in different positions as well, and significant minutes. So we subbed a ton. We would start with our general lineup at the beginning, but we subbed a ton and ran through a lot of different positions and different versions of what we want to do going forward. So I think I laid a great foundation for how the program wants to move. And I think that's one that, this is going to be the way we want to play. And, we can adjust in the game and be very flexible with what the team's giving us. So,
Well, Coach, this had to be our final question of the day. This had to be an especially rewarding season for you and Molly and Haley and Callan Morris and Zulicki, because you guys were here in 2016 when we had 2 true soccer kids on the team, and we definitely struggled that year. I mean, it was a constant shot on goal, and some of the games we didn't even know if we were going to have enough kids. So now you come back here, we've improved greatly last year, another huge leap this year, and I think this has got to be really feels good for you and those 4 players because it kind of rewards you guys for the effort and the hard work and sticking with the program, where it's easy after that year for anyone associated with the team just to say, forget it, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I think one of the big things as well is as soon as I took over, I had a meeting with a very limited amount of players, and I said, you got to trust the process, be involved with the recruiting. We're going to get players in around you to support you, and if you guys work hard at this, you're going to reap the benefits. And they just kept believing in what I was doing, which, credit to them, is very hard to do when you went through a season like they went through. But it takes the commitment, and it takes the passion and the belief that they had for something like this to happen. Because it's very easy to just say, I'm done, I quit, I don't want to be involved with this, because it was very hard. But they really embraced what was going on. They saw what I was doing. They were checking in the office, seeing what's going on the recruiting trail, and they were able to just help in so many different ways. and really they really did. They really set the foundation for the most successful women's soccer season in school history. And I keep telling the group that hopefully we can just build on this and take the next step. Like this year, we were really close to nationals and getting the Pool B bid. And that was in our first year. You don't hear of overnight successes too often.
Right.
If we can build the program up, add some more quality kids to the group, and keep a good core of girls going forward, and really start to refine some of the different things that we want to do as a program, we're gonna be heading in the right direction, and we're only moving forward. So.
Well, Coach, congratulations on an outstanding season. We wish you the best of luck in recruiting. We want to thank you for spending some time with us.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
This has been the Finlandia Report, brought to you by the Sports Information Office.